नंदिनी जी 100+ पार्टिसिपेंट्स ने ज्वाइन कर लिया, आप स्टार्ट करिए।
सर ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर है?
हाँ
हेलो सर, ऑडियो वीडियो इज क्लियर? मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, yes, clear.
You're asking me, Adi here? Yes, it's very
Okay,
loud and clear. Loud and clear.
हाँ जी, क्लियर है।
okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. This is Nandini Sharma from AgriMeet Foundation Bharat, and I welcome you all to the Faculty Development Training Annadata 2025, basically the last day of our training. And it is my proud privilege to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guest, Professor J. Adi Narayan. Professor Adi Narayana is a highly respected faculty member at IIT Bombay and has been contributing to the field of agroinformatics for more than 39 years. Over these decades, he has made outstanding contributions as a researcher, academician, and mentor. Sir has diligently delivered impactful research results, serving as team leader and principal investigator for numerous national and international interdisciplinary R&D projects. His leadership is reflected in his roles as the immediate past president of both the Asia Pacific Federation for Information Technology and the Indian Society of Agriculture Information Technology. Currently, he is also serves as a co-chair of the Agriculture Working Group of the Asia Pacific Advanced Network. He has enriched the global academic community as an associate faculty member with prestigious institutions such as the University of Bonn, Germany, Aston University, UK, University of Tokyo, and Edith Cowan University, Australia. His editorial expertise has been recognized through reputed journals, including Elsevier, Geoderma Regional, CIGR Journal, and Journal of IT in Agriculture, Japan. Professor Adinarayana has published more than 100 research papers in top 10 international journals, supervised 14 PhD and over 35 MTech scholars, and co-authored two important Springer books on data sciences in agriculture and natural resource management. His work have been widely sought after as a member of numerous national and international scientific communities such as CIGR, APAN, ICR, DST, and many more, contributing immensely to the policy and academic development. Above all, Sir is a strong believer in the interdisciplinary approach to addressing the challenges of modern agriculture systems, making his vision and expertise extremely relevant to today's world. Professor Adi Narayana, is a truly honor to have you with us today, sir. On the behalf of everyone here, I extend our heartfelt welcome and we eagerly look forward to your enlightening session, which will surely inspire and guide us. Welcome once again, sir. Over to you. The session is yours.
Namaskar. Thank you very much for a nice introduction. I'm not sure how much I really deserve whatever you said, but it's my pleasure to be in this platform. And also, I'm happy to know that you're almost coming to the fag end of this FDP. Can I share my screen? Just give me 1 sec.
Yes, Daksha, please share.
I'll share the entire screen. Just check whether it is coming. Is it
यस
visible?
Daksha, देख पा रहा हूं मैं उसको।
बहुत अच्छा है।
आप प्लीज इसको फुल स्क्रीन पे कर दीजिए।
हाँ जी, हाँ
बस
जी।
डन, बहुत बढ़िया दिख रहा है।
बहुत है। Thank you very much. Yeah, Guruji.
जी डॉक्टर।
For the sake of more network issues, because you have plenty of people in this course, so can I just put off my video? I have no problem even if the video is there, but I'm
डॉक्टर
just.
साहब, आप जिसमें कंफर्टेबल है उसको प्लीज रखिए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, जिसमें आप कंफर्टेबल हैं।
हाँ जी।
जी।
Just give me 1 second. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Yes, yeah. Friends, it's my pleasure and involved in this very interesting. I like the term Bharat, boosting holistic agriculture through research, awareness, and training. And in this FDP, I would like to give on the topic of how AI can be augmented with the kind of the sensor systems that we are getting it from various platforms, particularly in the contemporary precision agriculture. Like any other discipline, friends, agriculture is definitely no exception in adopting this interdisciplinary approach to make this system more sustainable, adaptable, and holistic, as you have mentioned in the topic boosting holistic agriculture. It's more relevant, particularly in this complex agriculture system, and also boosting out our bioeconomy, which is very, very important for us to live in this part of the planet, right? So I mean, as I said, as we are on the cusp of this traditional approach, rather transformational approach in agriculture, my pitch here is please achieve your, technologically very advanced systems that you can make it, but please don't forget to add these ecological principles, not as a fascinating tool and technologies, but what we need to think about is you achieve this one with ecological principles. Like anybody is saying that, but that's my best pitch, I would say, for you to have more and more, sustainable and innovative agriculture. That's the one which is now more towards that, right? So as we know that we used to do mainly on traditional, which is of course definitely a working horse, the ground systems in situ, no doubt about that. But these days we have plenty of other tools and technologies, particularly the sensors that we are getting from different platforms, from ground to the orbital level. So that is where we are collecting a very comprehensive data on agro-environmental factors, be it soil, plant, or even above the canopy or even below the canopy. So that's where the sensors are really making a big way. And this particular one is very important for us to understand the interrelationship between the factors or actors that actually work in the agriculture systems. To be very frank, friends, I think in a day will come, there won't be any discipline at all. It's going to be only interdisciplinary aspects. And this particularly is very, very important in our complex agriculture systems. I don't need to mention about what I have mentioned here on the left-hand side, need of these tools and all. If you see on the right-hand side, yes, I'm sure you must have seen this slide in many, the top one, you must have seen it in many speakers. So that's where the challenge is. The kind of, the yield which is happening now is very pretty less, I would say that. So we need to really increase that. And at the same time, we have these food security issues, which are interrelated, very complex. That's what we are going to solve this one, not just only with the ground systems, but also the kind of, the tools and technologies that we have it. One of the very biological threat that we are having a point of no return is the climate change. I'm sure you all agree with that. This is where, friends, these multi-sensors from different tools and technologies, I would say geographical information communication and dissemination technologies should give us the breakthrough and see that we can have an optimizing such complex requirements, what we require in the bioeconomy. We do have a lot of these GeoICDT tools and its assistive one, precision agriculture is definitely one of the tools or technologies that we have it. But my mantra here is very clear. Technology is not there to look for a problem to be solved, but there should be right technology that takes care of the process physics and the science to solve the problem. That's where we can have more sustainable agriculture and smart and intelligent agriculture. That's my pitch by showing this slide. We are redefining the agriculture sector now. And if you see the precision agriculture, which is pretty sustainable now, the global market is really increasing year by year. And that's the one which I would like to show you on the right-hand side. And I'm sure many of you are aware that precision agriculture operates on, few right things. Everybody is aware of it when you talk about the contemporary agriculture. You have to apply the inputs in right time, place, amount, and also the right practice, right? Like we have it, this micro irrigation, not a uniform one, but precisely we are actually, using those inputs, be it water, the chemicals or fertilizers and things like that. The other two R's I would like to add for us to take care of, particularly the climate change aspects and the climate resilient agriculture, what we talk these days is the right genetics. We need to bring out those new varieties that we need it in the contemporary agriculture or contemporary, what we call the issues, the biological issue or ecological issue that we have is the climate change. So we need to bring out these genetics, to solve some of the regional problems like drought resistant or disease or pest resistant crops and things like that. And as I said, when you go back to my previous slide, I also said, look, we need to take the right tool and technologies, not as a fascinating, the devices or systems. For example, if you see the detection of the headings, you may possibly do it in your plot when you do your experiments. But when you talk about, a large area, can we count these headings? For example, some of the crops, I'm told, you get this flowers or, pollination. Sorry, pollination happens only in the early hours. So can we count those trees which are having heads? So in a large area, so why not we apply, which is available now, I'm sure you must have heard about this AI tool, YOLO, to label those systems and all. So for example, I want to count these heads in a large area like this. So we can use certain techniques like what I'm mentioning here. It is nothing but a YOLO, the detection of heads by drone images. And drone is, I'm sure everybody agrees, is such a wonderful suborbital platform we have it these days. It has own advantages and it does have disadvantages. I'm not giving only goody about the drone aspects, but that's the advantage you have it. So you can count them. You can see exactly where the heads are there. Are these heads healthy or not? All that we can do it in a large area using this, the AML technologies. So that's one thing. And for example, if you see the artificial intelligence, which I'm talking about, please don't ignore the real intelligence that you get from the farmer. That real learnings, what you can get from the farmers or the farming community on the ground, you can augment by doing your artificial intelligence, maybe suboptimally with machine learning techniques and manual feature extraction or automatic, more meaningful learnings that you can get if you use further very advanced deep learning techniques, which automatically extracts features. And then you can do these regressions and classification and all. That's how if you take the summary, you can identify, classify, quantify, and predict for example, in this case, I'm saying the stress. So we have wonderful spectroscopy these days, right from red, green, blue RGB systems to multispectral, and beyond that we have hyperspectral systems. So why not make use of the spectroscopy to find out what exactly, where exactly, which part of the leaf which is getting affected by the disease and things like that. So those things are pretty possible. The other one, I'm sure everybody is aware of this IoT. I would call this one as Internet of Agriculture things. So you take, for example, any IoT system, the services what it can give is, basically you can sense, transmit, store, analyze, and act, right? So that's what a usual, a normal, IoT does. But now the IoTs are becoming more and more intelligent. It's the analysis and acting or adopting is the one which is making inroads in agriculture, which is really making the systems pretty, the intelligent. I'm sure since you are in fag end of this FDP, I don't need to tell to this august body value addition, what you can have it with the AML, particularly in the agriculture systems, the complex, because it's a complex one, it is not a linear relationship that we have it. So those non-linear relationships and in a large data scale that we can use this AML to have more, or better decision making. It's really increasing, friends, and this IoT, AI-infused IoT is really growing a lot. When you talk about these tools and technologies, we should talk something like 5 years. Because every 5 years, if you see, there's an enormous, the exponential growth of these tools and technologies. So that's why up to 2027, which I got it from this person, is really growing a lot now. But unfortunately, friends, if you see the IoT applications in 2020, if you take it, the top 10, if you see here, I'm mentioning it here. Unfortunately, our agriculture is just only 4%. The reason why I want to bring this one here is to see that there is a big opportunity for us to make use of these tools and technologies in agriculture to make the systems more adaptable, more, the easier and intelligent and all. Another thing which I would like to mention, as we have this climate resilient agriculture, one of the things which I would like to mention here is the phenotyping. You want to identify precisely the drought tolerant crop. That's what the right genetics and crop I was mentioning. Let's imagine we want to bring out the drought tolerant crop. So we can select them out of those, typically we call this one as different lines, right? Different genotypes. So when you talk about the phenotyping, it is the traits which are, crop is, the performance depends upon its genes and environment. So that's the basic one that we can think about that. There are so many platforms are available. We have collaborated with ICRISAT in Hyderabad to bring out this drought-tolerant crop, particularly the maize crop, which is, I'm sure everybody agrees that maize is the one where, you have, it's a very climate resilient, and from climate change point of view, because it belongs to C4, so it is one of the very good, agriculture crop for us to adopt this. So I'm sure many research papers that if you can see it, it's coming from this maize crop. So it's a huge platform. It's a laser scanner. And it gives you 3D images with which you can extract leaf area, leaf angle, plant height, and canopy leaf area and things like that. Huge one, 8 trenches, 288 sectors. You get something like 4,608 that sectors that you can have that. So that means 4,608 plants at one stretch comprehensively it scans and then give you these, the traits. Plus, it also is an IoT system. It has ET. You have what to call individual load cells. Gravimetric sensors are there in each of these, the sector here. So that's how, it's an IoT platform. It mimics the plant behavior in field conditions. So that is one area which is really growing a lot. This is where, we need to get into this AML to use this one, because you get huge data Why not we make use of these assistive tools for us to bring out a better decision making here? The other one, we talk about the use of drones in spraying. Yeah, absolutely, it's really giving wonderful results. There's no doubt about that. And many people talk about if they want to use the drone, they only talk about the spraying. I'm not saying demeaning other applications, but when it comes to spraying, we are uniformly giving it as of now. So this is where our technology, maybe if we can use some optimization techniques and Internet of Agriculture things, that exactly, we use the sensors, we manipulate, or you can maneuver this, the platform that is drone with, the current position, or, because of its wind, plus where exactly, because of the sensor nodes are there, which is giving you exactly this unhealthy plant, not the healthy plant. So we can directly drop the drug or that insecticides or pesticides and all to only the unhealthy plant, but not the healthy plants. So that's how, we are saving the environment, we are saving the plant system there, so that they are not affected by these chemicals and all. So this particle swarm optimization based spraying process, which is growing now, I think we should get into this one. It is still in the research mode, but I'm saying, look, these are the disruptions which are taking place in agriculture. Like that, friends, we have gone from physical to digital, and now with the computer vision that technologies that we have we can even virtually develop the plants to see that, if you have a canopy structure like this, we can have better what we call the photosynthesis, harvesting of photosynthesis and things like that. So that's how the systems are going now. Now, for this to have, as we face, 3 E's like ecological, economy, and social equity, we need to think of both science and technology to have a sustainable agriculture. Right from, if you take the critical zone from bedrock to the treetop, all these players we need to study, not just only soils and plants. We need to really study a lot how their interrelationships of these actors. That's where, our AML techniques can help us to understand these nonlinear relationships between the actors. But if you see the precision agriculture framework, it is basically assimilate, interpret, and adopt technologies, right? AIA. But unfortunately, it is a low-level innovations. And the second thing is you don't have the feedback mechanism. Even if you have it, it's pretty low. So that is where, to how the disruptions, we need to think about differently the AI model which is applied in the precision agriculture. Now, basically, if you take data generation or assimilation, I'm sure everybody is aware of this UAV, the advantages. I'm not repeating the same thing, but I would like to mention one thing here. Look, you have the architectural information because you can take the data from different angles. You get this architectural information, which is important as far as the leaf area index is concerned. One of the very important biophysical parameters when you use these space sensors. But unfortunately, the space sensor, since it looks from only azimuth angle, you cannot get the lower level, the leaf area. So only the top of the canopy you can get. Whereas in case of this drone, because you get from different angles, you can get this architectural information. That one advantage you have it. The other advantage, I'm sure everybody agrees, the spectroscopy is really playing a big role now, including the RGB to 3Ds and then hyperspectral and things like that. I'm sure many of you are aware of this hyperspectral. I'm sure somebody must have already given this information. In case of hyperspectral, it is many images are taken in different spectra or a continuous spectra. So that's where, we can make a difference in understanding where exactly this is happening. So that continuous spectrum, yes, it comes with the price tag, no doubt about that, but it has its own advantages. For example, if you use the drone with hyperspectral camera, a normal RGP, you can estimate the biomass, you can estimate the plant height and things like that. Whereas multispectral will give you the stress information, because I'm sure many of you are aware, the kind of spectra you have the plant behavior is different in different bands. For example, in visible band, spectral band, and far infrared and thermal band. So that information you can get. But if you have the hyperspectral, you can quantify, you can estimate exactly where the things are happening at, because you are getting a continuous spectrum. That advantage you have. So that is one aspect. You are assimilating the data, you're processing the data using many tools and technologies, and also modeling and data dissemination and all. But this is only a sort of, a one-way or rather no feedback mechanism. So we want to go for not just only AIA model, but AIIA. That is, innovation is the one which we are adding it. That's possible only in a computer term, we call it reinforcement learning, or you can say an imaginary disruptive loop that you can maintain. Then, we can have more advantages, more disruptions in understanding the underlying relationships, learning back from the models, and then you can modify the models, you can scale it up, you can make it more intelligent and things like that. So that's one thing which is, we need to think seriously about in this bioeconomy. And if you see here, friends, in the conventional agriculture, which is pretty manual, time-taking, empirical, and very slow and things like that, paper-based and all. Any of these tasks you take it. Whereas here in the smart agriculture, because of these platforms that we have I think we can make it more intelligent and things like that. Particularly the climate resilient I'm talking about, which is slow and low and manual. Here it is more accelerated, high throughput you can get and things like that. Now, my pitch here is, please don't think that precision agriculture is just only about machine learning tools and technologies. It's not all about that. But what my pitch here is, conventional methods and analytics and sensing lead to low innovations, because already innovations are there, already market is there. And we can't understand the underlying relationships and the behavior of the plant and all. That's my pitch here. That's where the sensing is simple, but the process, the science, and that is very disruptive, which takes care of these several stages of interactions and then these feedback mechanisms and things like that. We need to shift, friends, from fragmented and reactive measures to proactive, predictive, and management-driven agro ecosystems. Fortunately, because I live in this campus, I collaborate with many, the scientists and engineers and interscience or interdisciplinary scientists and engineers. So we could able to bring out some new models, decision support systems, the devices, and then analytical pipelines also. But please remember, our approach is very simple. We are using tools as tools only, but the mathematics, the science, the logics, as well as data science to develop models and devices and prototypes. So that's our approach in this one. One of the projects, Ankurji, in case if I'm exceeding the time, please ping me. I'll accelerate my talk. Okay. Yeah. So one of the projects we had from Ministry of Electronics is a scheme called Information Technology Research Academy, wherein we have taken this project as a very competitive one. It is actually, precision horticulture aspects. The newness in this project is because of the kind of facilities we have, we are mentors for some of the local universities, both from engineering as well as from agriculture. That is this PDKV is in Akola, and this is in engineering college in Hyderabad. Because Hyderabad, we are collaborating here, our sister concern. Plus, we are also collaborating with our industry partners and user agencies. TCS and Datamatics. These are the ones which are giving you some tools. And then MOGA is the Maharashtra Orange Growers Association. Now, the reason why I'm saying this one is there are in this project, the matrix is not just only research, but also, develop the curriculum to the local universities. By doing this research, you develop the modules, you increase or improve the curriculums in these local universities. And we do develop our own modules here. And plus outreach, and ultimately it should have a social impact. One of the important, I'm sure many of you are aware, is the pathogen that Phytophthora, which is there in, the orange crop. Earlier, people were using this one, you add more water. That's the general concept. And then more yield that we were actually thinking of. But unfortunately, this Phytophthora, this pathogen, is a water-loving but soil-borne. So once it is infested through these micro roots, it goes into the plant and it becomes yellow. And if you don't control it, ultimately you will see a dead plant like this. So that's the one, what all we can do here in this project is we can, because it's an endemic one, we can regulate this disease by regulating the water. Because we have taken it in Amravati, a groundwater agroecosystem. So that is where, our partner from IIT Hyderabad, from civil engineering department, has helped us in understanding the groundwater. So we have developed, we have established the critical zone observatory. This we have taken it in Hyderabad, a typical semi-arid tropic, wherein we have used remote energy meters, which gives you not only the hydrological parameters, but also gives you the water table dynamics in the system, in this agro groundwater systems. So we developed, when we talk about the multiple data from multiple platforms, we need to think about the interoperability fronts. Interoperability comes only when you use the standards. So we have used standards and develop this, a system called GridSense. Is a groundwater irrigation and disease sensing system, an integrated interoperable service platform that we have developed for taking a proper decision making processes. So I'm not going into the details about that. So the groundwater use efficiency, we have used certain standards, and it tells you both breadth and depth of the groundwater in that area by using this resistivity techniques from IIT Hyderabad. And then we have developed, we developed this IoT-enabled, platform which helps in irrigation, or exactly helping us to tell exactly how much water to be added and things like that. So this gives you the water, this gives you how much to be added. And another thing is we developed this AML-based pest and disease model, which actually we have developed it, improved the scale of identifying this pathogen by our model to tell exactly how much water to be added, what is the intensity of the disease, and then how much water is available and things like that. So this GridSense standard-driven platform that we have developed it to tell to the people, look, this is what we can do. I will give you that novel systems that we have developed, which is patented. It's called SenseTube. It is now known as SenseCube also now. It's an IoT-based platform for smart agriculture. So we are using all standards to make it more interoperable so that these systems can talk to each other. One of the important things is you can have an onboard storage, and this edge right in the node level, it will give you the parameters in real time, and then in real time, the solutions are also based on this platform. So currently we are using this one for these applications, but it's basically, it's an IoT platform for smart agriculture, a standard-based, interoperable, onboard storage enabled, and edge analytics device. So that's the gist about this. If you are interested, please let me know. I can give you more details about this one. The other one, I'm sure human as a sensor, as a crowdsourcing platform. We talk about that. Why not we make use of this crowdsourcing platform, to get the information and disseminate this one. So basically our agro advisory services are given with the experts. Now, not every time you find the experts. So maybe they're going to come and they're going to give you the advice maybe after a couple of days or next day or whatever it is. So we would like to give an intelligent system where it does the text data mining. We have standard SOPs are available from different ICAR institutes. So those documents we have taken. So when a question comes from the farmer, that will be answered without expert mining the texts there and giving you the answer. Look, this is the problem, you have it, and take care of this particular, the agriculture operations and all. So that is one thing what we have developed it. I'm sure you must be seeing these blue spots here, right? So you can develop the heat maps, like, where exactly the problems are coming. When a person make a question here, his name appears and what problem, what query, and things like that. So if the query is same from different people in the same area, so that heat map you can develop and tell to the experts next day, look, there is an issue here. Although we have given the answers without experts, but please go and then solve these issues. So like that, it's an intelligent system where you can get the statistics, exactly where the problems are there and things like that. So that's the crowdsourcing platform that we have developed in this project. Now you have the platform, agro advisory, interoperable platform GridSense, which tells you how much water is there, what is the stage of the crop, and then what is the irrigation required based on the disease that we have it. So we have developed again automatic drip irrigation module to regulate the gummosis disease, that is Phytophthora based gummosis disease. So we have developed both web-based as well as the what you call the mobile platform also in this. So that is one project we have developed it, friends. And the other one, we had this Indo-Japan project called Data Science-Based Farming Support System for Sustainable Crop Production. It's a joint laboratory from various institutes. You can see here, it's a consortium partners, both from India as well as from the Japan, University of Tokyo, and also one more, I think I forgot to mention here, is the National Agriculture Research Organization, NARO, like what we say here in ICAR. So it's a very high-end, what call information and agriculture science together is integrated. So it's a production of safe and quality crops is under climate change is our main goal. So if you are interested, quite a few publications are there. You can have a look at that. What we have done, we have in the optimal crop management component, what we have done in this. So we have chosen maize crop and drone as one of the important platforms. Basically, it is quantified, but I'm giving you very qualitatively limited, moderate, and sufficient water as well as fertilization. So these 6 treatments, 3 replicas, so that means 27 plots that we have it in the semi-arid tropics in Hyderabad. So we have taken data from drone, ground truth. We have applied some, the what call very standard crop models. Plus, we have also done the analysis both for leaf water and nitrogen. When you talk about the climate change, the water and nitrogen are the ones which are really making a hell of a life for many of the agriculture problems, because both give you almost same symptoms, but we are not able to discriminate them. So that is one novel method that we have developed it, because there is a relationship between protein and hydration. So you tend to get very specific or niche water tones. So that gives you heat maps of different vegetation indices, which we call typically when we use the remote sensing or what called drone data. So that is where we have discriminated water as well as nitrogen by using certain algorithms that we have developed it here. Plot wise, whether it is water stress or nitrogen stress or both and things like that. So that's how, because of this niche water tones, that's again, I'm saying that it is not just only discriminating it, but we have applied some science here. So that's how, the science playing a big role here. I'm sure everybody is aware of this plant phenomics. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the climate resilient agriculture. And I'm sure everybody agrees that it really involves many UN-based, sustainable development goals. The major goal of these plant genome projects, as we all know, we want to tap the diversity of food security, first food security, nutrition, food and health and things like that, and the quality of life. So that is the major goal of any of these genome projects, right? And if you say, again, I'm repeating this, the plant performance is based on its environment and the genes that you have it. So that's the phenotyping we are calling it. So it's an application of, many protocols and methodologies to measure specific traits. The traits can be geometrical, structural, or functional, both from cellular level to the plant, a whole plant level. So that is where, we need to be very careful about understanding which trait we require is for us to develop that climate resilient in terms of drought or water or pest and disease tolerant crops and all. In traditional phenotyping, people have been using it, but it takes, really bit of time when you talk about the large population, and typically the breeders call lines, genotypes and all. So it becomes very difficult. Whereas this phenotyping, which involves, the computers, the algorithms, data science. So that is one thing which is really growing a lot, over a period of time. Of course, it's up to 2018, but I don't have further particular, the source. It's really exponentially growing use of this AIML in phenotyping. I'm sure I don't need to repeat it again. It borrows, principles from image processing, computer science, computer vision, remote sensing, and AIML. And of course, the sensors that we are using it to accelerate the breeding activities, or to tell the people, look, this is what we require in this region, in this model like drought tolerant or, the water resistant or pest and disease resistance. So we need to give to the breeders and agronomists to tell, look, you need these traits over, large areas that you have it. As I said, you can go from whole plant to the cell. So this phenotyping, high throughput plant phenotyping is really growing a lot. I would like to see many of the people working in this area, because that's the one which we require it now in this contemporary agriculture. We have collaborated with ICRISAT, and also we all know that the Nanaji Deshmukh Phenomics Center, that we have it in IRI Delhi. It comes under ICR, which of course our Prime Minister has dedicated this one as a national facility. We collaborated with IRI, and their own ICR student completed PhD with us. And then, we use these platforms under this high throughput plant phenotyping, both from controlled to the field conditions, not just only in the chambers, but also we have done it in open fields. The field phenomics is becoming more and more difficult because, I don't need to tell you the complications that you have it in the field. In chambers and greenhouses, you can do better, but when it comes to field phenomics, it's going to be pretty difficult. So that is where we have attempted and then brought out some intelligent systems. Again, I'm coming back to this Nanaji Deshmukh Phenomics Center, which is in IRI. The thing is, these plants, I'm sure you must have been given talk about this Phenomics Center, but I'm just giving you, these plots go through these chambers which contains RGB cameras, multispectral cameras, thermal as well as hyperspectral, and then, gives you the trades. For example, here, not only from the top of the canopy, but also the vertically you can get this, images. So you can get some image trades that one can think about it in this Phenomics lab. So like that we have done for, the number of leaves and then its conditions, and convex hull and area of the convex hull of the plant, which is a geometrical property of a plant, the number of leaves of the area in the convex hull, the canopy spread of the plant, which gives you the plant aspect ratio, aspect and all. So these are the 4 algorithms that we have developed it. And then, told to the people, look, this is what you require to have this one. For example, one algorithm that we have developed is a leaf tip marker. My student Vishal has developed it, who himself is a ICR scientist. So we have developed this one to tell exactly where the yellowness is there, where the green is there, where the light green leaves are there and all. Automatically, it annotates and tell, look, these are the traits that you have it as far as this plant is concerned. Like that we can do for number of such genotypes here. So one plant I'm showing it here, but we have done it for many areas, many others. Like that, we have developed this column width, which is a region near the base that is heel when you talk about rice and wheat, just above the ground. We developed this digital surface model to tell exactly where the base is there and how many leaves are there in this column width and things like that. So that's what we have developed one algorithm. We also developed the algorithm to tell exactly how much column angle is there. So the actual and the predicted one, what we have done with this image traits algorithm is almost coming close to this one, right? Like that we have done for many traits, and we developed this biplot of the traits. And if you see here, visually you can see the relationship between number of tillers, column angle, column width, and they are closely associated with biomass and total dark green pixels. So that is the one which we are trying to bring out health and unhealthy plants. So that is the one what we have done in this area. So like that, we have done for many varieties, many genotypes, and then trying to bring out which is the drought tolerant resistant genotype. I'm just giving you a cluster, but we have done individually also, because it involves some, I would say we can't declare easily immediately and all. So it involves many other aspects also from Government of India or from Research Institute and all. So I'm just giving you the clusters, but what I would like to mention here is exactly which variety is what and things like that. So, okay. Another one which we have done is the structural and functional traits, which we have collaborated with ICRISAT. So this drought tolerant crop, precisely we have identified from various genotypes using this HTTP technology based on crop growth as well as stomatal conductance traits. Now, the concept here is, what do you mean by a drought tolerant plant? Is the one which, if you see here, low early vigor, and the one which is low early vigor, if you see this graph, that performs better than the other way. So those are the plants that we want to identify from the number of those lines. So we have used both growth as well as the stomatal conductance traits, like in terms of the water use efficiency and transpiration rate and all. So I'm not going into the details. These pipelines are, these algorithms will give you spatio-temporally where exactly these clusters are available, and based on these clusters, using certain, the biochemical trait we wanted to identify. For example, here vapor pressure deficient, based on the transpiration efficiency that we have got it from evapotranspiration, Though that is what we have developed this, not only clusters, but exactly which plant is required for that zone and all. Again, I'm saying that this we have done it in Hyderabad in collaboration with ICRISAT. So that's the one which we wanted to bring out, a very precisely identifying the drought tolerant crops among the what call the species that we have used it here. Now, before I end the talk, I would like to give you some potential disruptions which are happening in the precision agriculture. Friends, we always talk about the research, but we need to be very careful about one thing. The youth, the young minds are looking for the data. The data is gold, and I'm sure everybody agrees with that. So that is what we are not able to get that. We need to get this data which is available in India. So that benchmark our gold data and the standard of operations for more innovations that we need to bring out. So that, it becomes easier for you to make the systems more smart. In this direction, we have developed some open pipelines, which gives you not only the data, but algorithms also here. So which I would like to mention here. Second thing is, we have got one project, Vajra, that is Visiting Advanced Joint Research Award in collaboration with Kansas University in US. One of our own Indian origin scientists is there, who is head of the Department of Agronomy, Professor Raj Khosla. I'm sure some of you may be aware of him. We want to do this one, a scale-independent precision agriculture. We attempted a bit of it, but because of this COVID, somehow our interactions didn't go beyond our expectations. So we could not complete this one. So I think this is one area you can really think about this, SIPA, that is scale-independent precision agriculture. The other one, as I said, like any other clones, digital clones, we can also develop this agriculture. The one advantage is by developing these virtual plants using certain, computer vision techniques, it gives you a blended learning with immersive technologies, what we can have with this, augmented reality and all. That becomes a very innovative new media tool for us to, disseminate our, knowledge to the people. The other one, Government of India is really, encouraging. A lot of missions are there now. Digital public infrastructure for agriculture is the one which is really growing a lot. That is, the Government of India is really, encouraging people to go for this. I'm sure you all know that the advantage of open science for equity, fairness, collective benefits, and then, you can have inclusiveness and things like that. So I think one of the important thing is we need to invest this one in infrastructure and services. Fortunately, Government of India is encouraging this, as I was mentioning. Huge funds are available now. I think let's make advantage of using these funds. I'm ending with one or two slides here. So the sky and earth gap is reducing, friends, because of the kind of, the tools, technologies, sensors, including human as a sensor, which is available now. So I think let's make use of this one. Now, one of the disadvantages, particularly from the semi-structured agriculture systems, is, we are not all perfect in AI/ML. So can we think of this AML dashboards, which are open and simple to use for adoption? So that is one challenge we have it, although there is a diminishing of the sky earth. And the kind of the sensors that you have it, you can definitely get a better spatial heterogeneity. As of now, we are getting sub-meter or centimeter level. For example, if you take the drone spatial resolution, I think why not we make, and the spectroscopy you have it, like for example, hyperspectral, and these days they talk about ultraspectral. I mean, I'm not going into the details about that. So we can make use of these systems to bring out more micro scale spatial heterogeneity. The third point, we are not just only interested in bringing the intelligent systems, we need to think about, if you see the smart, The first letter of this SMART is scientific, marketable, affordable, reliable, and time-saving. Friends, the low-cost dynamics for affordable agri-care is the one which is very important, particularly when you talk about the smallholders and the agriculture systems that we have it. Affordable, I'm sure I mean, I agree with you. Affordability and excellence are inversely proportional. But let's try towards excellence in affordability. I think that's where my pitch here is to tell people, bring out the smart infrastructure for better implementation and knowledge. I'm not giving more here. The same thing I'm just repeating. We have plenty of opportunities. We can do definitely better with the kind of, the systems, the algorithms, and the sensors that we have it. If we can apply the science and technology together, I think we can make better and smart and intelligent systems that we can think about in this agriculture. I think let's transform this research work actually that matters and bring practical solutions. Let's help the existing solutions, existing problems. Let's give solutions to the existing problems that actually work. And then, you can think of a business model. I think we have fantastic startup, environment in our India. And because of this geopolitical, I'm not going into the details about that. I'm sure everybody is aware of it. I think let's think about Make in India systems. We have the opportunities now. We have the technologies, and I'm sure we can go. We can take better information systems or better informed opinions now. If you are interested, friends, we have produced 2 books as introduced by Sharmaji in the beginning, Data Science in Agriculture. So please let me know in case if you need it. Thank you very much. And if you are interested, please reach me through this email or any platform you can reach me. Thank you. I'm done with this. Shall I close this share?
Yes, Dr. Saab, you can close. Now the doubt clearing session will be start.
Anji. I think I'm 1 hour. Yeah.
Definitely. किसी भी फैकल्टी या साइंटिस्ट का कोई भी क्वेरी है इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक से रिलेटेड, तो डॉक्टर साहब से आप पूछ सकते हैं. बहुत वास्ट एक्सपीरियंस है उनका. आईआईटी सिस्टम में काफी समय तक वर्क किया है. आईसीआर सिस्टम और सीजीआईआर सिस्टम, साथ ही साथ इंटरनेशनल यूनिवर्सिटीज के साथ में उनका एक इतना बेहतरीन कोलैबोरेशन है कि उनके वास्ट एक्सपीरियंस से आप अपनी रिसर्च में चीजों को बहुत अच्छा एमलगमेट कर सकते हो, बहुत बढ़िया बना सकते हो. उनके एक्सपीरियंस, उनके एक्सपर्टीज से आप बहुत अच्छा सीख सकते हो. और ये हमारे फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम का लास्ट लेक्चर है और बहुत अच्छा लगा कि लास्ट लेक्चर में इतने अच्छे वक्ता, इतने अच्छे विद्वान को हमने सुना और उनके एक्सपर्टीज को जाना.
थैंक यू वेरी मच अंकुर जी.
तो जो भी हमारे फैकल्टी और साइंटिस्ट हैं, वो डॉक्टर साहब से बात करें और जो भी उनके डाउट्स हैं डिस्कस कर सकते हैं 1 to 1.
Thank you for the compliment, Sudhirji. If anybody has questions, you can even reach me, or you can ask me, or you can reach me by email to me also.
पीपीटी सर प्रेजेंटेशन ही इस वे का था कि उसमें मुझे लगा नहीं कि कोई क्वेरी हो भी सकती है. इतना सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी, इतना दमदार प्रेजेंटेशन था. मैंने बड़ा अच्छे से उसको सुना एक पॉइंट में.
बहुत थैंक यू.
हेलो.
हाँ जी.
मैं ऑडिबल सर?
Yes, please. Dikshit scientist.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Dr. Dikshit from Leh Ladakh, sir.
हाँ जी.
सर एक्चुअली मुझे ये सीबकथॉर्न जो है ना, उनका एरिया कवरेज के करना था, सर्वे करना था. एरिया कवरेज कितना है सीबकथॉर्न का और लद्दाख का? तो मैं कोई ये जो सीबकथॉर्न जो है वो रिवर बेल्ट के थ्रू है सर, पूरा ना, इंडस रिवर बेल्ट के. तो मेरा था कि मुझे ड्रोन से ये सर्वे करना था एंड फॉर दैट मुझे ये ड्रोन में क्या क्या चीज जरूरी है जिसको मैं ये जो रिसर्च जो है वो अच्छे से कर पाऊंगी सर.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
What are the key points that I have to keep in mind, and what are the things that I have to do it successfully?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much. I'm happy to see scientists from Ladakh region. Am I understanding correctly? Yeah. That's great.
Yes, sir.
Great, great, great. In fact, I recently visited about 6 months back. I loved it so much, Dikshit ji, Jiskit ji. So, but nevertheless, let's come to the business. Drone nowadays, you don't need to worry much about how to use and things like that. It is so user friendly these days, right? Number one. And as I said, the spectroscopy plays a big role here.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about simple RGB, which can be used very easily and very cheap technology. Let's don't go to multispectral and hyperspectral, which comes with a cost. You can use simply RGB technologies for survey purpose. To tell about what exactly the land use, land cover patterns are there. And you can use, the point cloud information that you can get from the RGB to tell exactly even the plant height also. So that is one thing. I would like to promote RGB rather than hyperspectral with the kind of, the problems that you have it in that region. You can simply use the drone. You can think of using this one at different heights, depending upon the crop and tree that you are actually surveying it. And accordingly, you can do that. Please let me know in case if you need any help from our side. Yeah.
Please, sir. Thank you.
In fact, I have not mentioned much about our current project. There is one, Maharashtra drone mission. It's an ecosystem, drone ecosystem. You can even Google that. You'll get the document. Drone, Maharashtra drone mission, MDM.
Okay, sir.
It's an ecosystem from design, fabrication, and applying this one to various technologies, various applications, including the delivery, agriculture, or even the anti-drone that we require, particularly from the military side. So that also is being developed in IIT Bombay. Please Google MDM. You can get more, even including the document and the kind of thought process that we have it in this drone ecosystem.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, I have brought this multispectral camera wala.
Anji.
Yes, sir. But then through processing जब करते तो इसका जो mapping के लिए जब करते तो इतना clearly नहीं आ रहा था, sir. So might be the processor is not good or don't know, sir.
No, but multispectral should not be a problem. But when it comes to hyperspectral, it's a bit complicated. But RGB is the easiest one. For surveying purpose, you can do that. But if you want to bring, for example, if any spectrally inseparable classes are there, or inseparable crops are there, or including crop and weed, that is where, we need to think about going for multispectral and all. Or you want to bring simply a land use, land cover, and things like, plant height and all, biomass, you can use the RGB camera.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, please. Next. चलिए नंदिनी जी.
Okay, so nobody is asking questions, so I'll conclude. And on the behalf,
I'm seeing one slide, one question. How to get this technology software, sir, for research? As I said, I will share the slides with Ankurji. Maybe you can put it in, for sharing Google Drive or something like that. So those algorithms that we have developed, which is open, right? So you can use them for different research purposes. Again, we are not very confident of using this AML, but there is no doubt that we should get into this. I think I'm talking to Yashraj Dude. We need to get into this AML. If you are not into this technology, please collaborate proactively with the local engineering colleges to get this help and then use this part. Develop your own simple algorithms. Don't need to be very complex like what we have done for high throughput plant phenotyping and all. Simple technologies, and bring out those SOPs. I think that will be much useful for many of these agriculture communities. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so sir, on the behalf of organizing team and all the participants, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor G. Adi Narayana for his enlightening and inspiring session today. So your deep insights into agroinformatics, interdisciplinary research, precision agriculture, and the role of technology in modern agriculture have truly broadened our perspective and motivated us to think innovatively. Your decades of experiences, rich academic contributions, and practical wisdom have been given us some valuable learnings that will surely carry forward in our professional journeys. We are deeply thankful to you for taking out time from your busy schedule to be with us and for sharing your vast knowledge with such clarity and passion. Once again, thank you so much, sir. We look forward to many more opportunities to learn from you in the future in any academic activities. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Namaskar. I'll close it now.
Yes, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Ankur ji. Namaskar. Yeah.